Hi, I'm Mr. Dowling, and I'm scheduled to be your history teacher this year. I know that most kids are tired of being in the house and we're looking forward to going back to school. Me too. I can't promise you that virtual school will be as engaging or fun as what we would be doing in the school building, but we held class every day in the spring, and last year's students let me know what they liked and what they didn't like. You have my word that I'm going to do my very best to make my virtual class something that you look forward to attending. Sometime in the next few days, I hope to visit with you and your parents. I want you and your parents to be able to use that time to ask me questions, and I'd like to try to get to know you. Everything I would have told you in our conference, I'm saying here, so I won't take up your time when we meet. If you have access to a phone, I'm planning Kahoots nearly every class. Don't be concerned if you don't have a phone because you can still play along even without a phone. Many students complain that their teachers gave them too much work in the spring. Well, here's my promise. If you come to the live classes, you'll have little or no homework. I get that it's not easy to keep up with classes from home. So I've designed my lessons so that if you make a reasonable effort, most days you will finish your assignment with me in class. Sometimes you may have to go on chat and tell me to slow down, but that's okay. I'll listen. But to make this work, I'm going to need your help. In class, every teacher continuously watches their students and reads their body language. We can usually tell who understands, who's paying attention, and who needs help. Unfortunately, all I'm going to have is a screen with the faces of my students. For me to be the best teacher I can be for you, I urge you to keep your camera on throughout the class. Now, I get that you don't want to sneeze or yawn on camera, but I can't respond to your needs unless I can see you. This was important in the spring, but it's essential now that we have to get to know one another. The best part of middle school is also the scariest for some students. You're going to be meeting new kids and making new friends. I still have friends from when I was in the sixth grade in 1973. Yeah, I know, I'm old. Starting middle school from home is both hard and unfair, but I think I have some solutions. Attached to your email is a survey. First, I'll ask you all the things teachers usually ask about, like telephone numbers and email addresses for your parents, but then I ask a lot of silly questions. I do that for two reasons. First, it's part of how I get to know you, and second, it's how I'm going to help you get to know one another. We're going to use some of those questions to play Family Feud. We'll work in teams to find the most common answers to the survey. Last year, we did a lot of fun things in class to make learning from home more enjoyable. I love dogs, so I asked everyone to show off their dogs. They also showed off cats, fish, a bearded dragon, and a giant panda teddy bear. We had fun and we made it work. I understand that many kids are disappointed, but I'll do my best for you this year. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what we're going to learn this year. Our topic is ancient history and the foundations of civilization. I call it From Caveman to Pokemon. We'll start the year with the necessary geography skills like longitude and latitude and map projections. From there, we'll go to Mesopotamia and meet the ancient people who developed an early civilization in the muddy land between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. Next comes Egypt, Greece, Rome, India, China, and America before Columbus. I have a lot of fun activities, and I hope we'll laugh and have a good time as we learn. If your parents are not watching, please pause the video and ask them to join you. This next section is for them, but please stay and watch. Having taught in the spring, I now know what worked and what didn't. The students who thrived in the spring had a specific workstation. If you can, I found students worked best in common areas like a dining room or a kitchen. They had to adapt to using headphones because family areas can be noisy places. If the common areas of your home are too busy or too active, then a desk or table in any part of the house will do. Whatever you do, I speak from experience when I tell you that kids who tried to learn by watching from a laptop on their beds were generally not successful. Parents, I also urge you to ensure that your child is dressed for the public. While you don't have to follow the school dress code, a nice shirt or top is a reminder to take school seriously no matter where you are. Lastly, school starts on the half hour in the morning and on the hour in the afternoon. Our classes will begin at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30 in the morning, and at 1, 2, and 3 in the afternoon. I urge you to set alarms 5 minutes before class begins. I'll tell you why. I take attendance at the beginning of class. In the school building, I know when a student is late because I have to open the door to admit them. The door to our virtual class is unlocked for students assigned to my class. Remember that early is on time and on time is late. Also, the few minutes before class begins is social time, the closest we'll get in virtual school to the hallway where students can get to know one another. Most students like having that time last year. I hope to meet this week with my incoming students and their parents together. Parents, if you have any specific concerns that you'd like to discuss with me privately, let me know and I'll call you once I've completed the meetings. If your child has an IEP or a 504 plan, or even if they don't, let's talk about how we can adapt our class to make your child successful. Let me know what worked and did not work for your child in the spring. I put together a sign-up schedule, but I ask that you use the morning hours if you can. I assume the evening sessions will fill up fast. Also, let me know if you're flexible and you don't mind a phone call if I get a no-show. For the moment, we won't have a supply list because we'll complete the assignments online. Lastly, I have a request. Matching the names to the new faces is going to be important, so I'd like to make a game of it for myself and the other students. I would appreciate it if you would email me 3 pictures of your child. The first image will be a full face picture that will be similar to what I see online. For the other 2 pictures, choose an activity that helps to define your child. The picture should be something your child will want the other students to see. We'll use the photographs in a game to help us get to know one another. The images will not be used outside our classroom. I understand that you're busy and it's okay if you don't have time or if you only have time to post 1 or 2 photos. I recommend having your child select the pictures. So the photos sort properly, it would help if you label them period number dash first and last name. For example, for dash Paul Evans. Paul Evans would be in my 4th period class. Don't be concerned if you can't rename the photos. I can do it if necessary. The pictures are optional, but they will be helpful. All of us have a big job in front of us, but we've done it before. Working together, we can make virtual learning a success. I'm eager to get to know you, and I'm as excited to start this school year as when I began teaching in 1992. You have my email address. If you have any questions or concerns, drop me a line. I look forward to meeting you this week.